So guys, back at this. I've took the tape off these. That's set up nicely. I'm gonna fill them and then drill them out. Just re-drill them, but they're set nice. I might do a little bit at the back of that, clean it up with Dremel or something. There's lots of bits that still need filling on these. So I've been thinking of getting a chrome trim to go all the way around. And we can't get this colour, but I'm thinking like a light blue round here, and then cream infill, a little bit classy, maybe and then a pinstripe round it in darker blue. I don't know, or another colour. I don't know yet. Tank, I've got to refill that, so while I'm filling, I'll get up filling done. Which side it is now? Can't see as well in this light. That side. No, this side. Here it needs a little bit more in, and that's got a few pinholes in, and there's another bit with some pinholes in on here, I think. I'll just have to put a brighter light on so I can see shadows. I'm going to get on with this. Right, I've got a plasterer's light on at bike so I can see, but if you can see that there, that line is flat and I've got it to a point here, so I'm going to flatten that off, my sanding pad. And on this edge here as well, I've lost that line slightly. That needs to be more defined and that needs to be flattened, so I'm just going to knock that back a bit. And this is just some 150. I don't want to go nuts, I just want to shape it a little bit. And I've wiggled it just a little bit. Probably want some more in that side actually, looking at that line. Don't know if you can see that. I've got to put a little bit down that side, fill some in here, and define that way. Now you probably can't see, but I've sanded that line a little bit more defined into a point, so it's matching that more. Still needs a little bit in there, and I'm going to put a little bit in top of there and end of there, and hopefully that'll be last filling I do on this. There might be still some pinholes to do. I'll just have to have a proper good look round it. Incidentally, I was doing some searching on internet and I found a pair of these second hand, and alls were about in the same condition, maybe a little bit better condition than this. There certainly weren't any dents on them like these. They wanted like $100 for them, just a pair of these chain guards. And I saw an actual complete bike with the old paintwork on, same colour as this, 2,500 francs, so that's $2,500, about £2,000, which I found quite surprising. This is my little mixing board. It's just a piece of melamine. I'm just going to do little by little and one at a time because there's lots of bits. So, and this stuff goes quick. I need to do a little bit more sanding on that as well. But this stuff goes quick. Let's put the top on. Oh, these are wonderful things. Plastic scrapers, because it'll follow the contour of whatever you put in your, well, scraper. Plastic spatula if you want. It'll follow contours of the piece, if you see what I mean. So they're really good, but they don't last long. Another little job what I've got to do, which is going to be a pain, I've got to weld a 6mm nut into that. I need to do that outside, but we broke a bolt off in there, so I've knocked the nut off, the original one, and I've got to weld a new one in. Lots of stuff to do on these, look, lots of bends and kinks. So everything's filled. Mix a little bit too much on that, so I'll spread a bit across that top. Some of them paint was showing, a lot of sanded through. Hopefully that'll smooth it out a bit. And now sanding, you don't want to see that. So guys, I thought I'd just do a little update on this moped. I've got one difficult jobs to do today. I've just had to fill a few pinholes on these, and then that'll be last. They've had 2 coats of primer anyway. Obviously that's once another coat. There was a dip there, so I put a bit more in, and I just had to tidy a little bit up there. But the hard job I've got to do today, walk this way through the burnables, is, if you can see here, right there where my thumb is, if the sun will help me, there's a nut, and that's to take the mud guard. Now the other side, the bolt snapped. This is not that bolt. This is not that bolt. This is quite deep. It's like 2 nuts deep. Yeah. So what I've found, what I've got here is 2. I can't see. What I've got here is 2 nuts what I've welded together, and now I've got to weld them back in place in there. Can't see which sun. Not complaining about sun though. See if I can set it up so you can see. I can line it up anyway on the old mark, and I've just got to clamp it down, make sure it doesn't move, because it was a pain to get off in the first place with the broken bolt in it. So let's see what we can do. Wearing all the safety equipment this time. Didn't get it. Bugger. Try again. Second time lucky. Now I've got to undercoat that. Finish sanding it and undercoat it. Well, that's down to 120. What I'm going to do, I have gone over it with a wire brush, but I'm going to give it a coat again with this rust proofing. These are the other parts that go to the mud guards. They're supposed to be chromed. Put that rust guard on it, as you can see, they're black. That's how much rust there is on them. So I'm thinking I'm going to have, well, there's some of the bits and all that are rusty on it that I want to nickel plate, so I'm going to try and do some nickel plating, and they will be a good contender, although you only get a finish as good as the steel what you're working on, and these are a bit messed up, so I don't expect it to be fantastic, but I might be able to get them to look a lot better. And the nuts and other stuff, the chain adjusters and all them bits and pieces, I can hopefully nickel plate, and then they will last longer. But this now is having some of this, and I'll sand that back down and see if we can get some primer on these with what primer I've got left. Need to go out and get more. I've just wire brushed these, and they're going to be able to polish. I've done some sanding on them, and I've just straightened them in twice. They were a little bit bent. In fact, one was really quite bent, and what I did is put this piece of rebar that just happens to fit in there, and wrapped it in a towel and spun it in vice and just squeezed it all the way along. They are a lot better than they were. Well, I hope I've got it this time. If I hadn't, I'm not doing any more on it. We've picked colour as well. We're going to go out and get that tomorrow. It's going to be like Corvette red, and then with cream panel in there. Same on that and same on tank. Polish these up. We're going to take a lot of work to get them to a mirror polish, because they've got lots of nicks in them and stuff. But I still like to plate them just for protection and assess some other parts, even if they come out like a brushed aluminium. It don't matter, you know. It's just to protect them from rust, and by electroplating them it'll get all in there. Shit tank. Back forks. Oh, well, yeah, forks and tank. I think I've nailed tank this time. And this would be, again, red. And I might do red in centres and then cream round. Or I might do it all red up to there and then just creaming them two bits there, if you can see shape of tank. It's cream there, and like a red stripe down middle. Need to buy paint. And I've been looking at another one, an original one, on internet, and the handlebars are different, and these folks are all dented. There's not much spring in them, so I think his mum's going to buy him a new front end and new handlebars, because the handlebars on the original one come up through there. But anyway, he's going to get some work tomorrow. But if you're, this sort of stuff I want to coat, you see. Any bits like this, I've got some more welding to do down there as well on frame, so when we take the engine out I've got to weld some in there. But if you like mopeds, I know it's not going fast, but give us a thumbs up anyway. Drop a comment in, tell me what your thoughts are.